Virgo, let's have a look though and see how this applies in your love, romance, and relationships. Another 6 cards. Let's have a look. For Virgo, love. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, what are we seeing here? There's a bit of nurturing that needs to be done here, Virgo, in relationships is what I'm understanding here. Now, for those dealing with fellow earth signs, Virgo, Taurus or Capricorn, I feel like you're going to see a lot of initiative from them. I do. I see them reaching out and extending an olive branch. If you haven't been in touch in a while, I feel someone's coming back around for another cycle. So you might hear from someone from the past. Now, if this is someone coming back from the past that has caused you some sort of karma, whether it's a good karma or a bad karma, I feel as though you need to see that they've changed. And this is why I feel like there's something about weaving a web. And it could be that someone's not completely honest. I think for the most part you can trust them. However, sometimes with the spider's web, there's this notion of an ulterior motive, Virgo. And you need to make sure that this person is completely genuine in their approach. Because I feel for some of you, this could be with a fire sign more specifically here in Aries, Sagittarius or Leo, there might be some sort of lack of cohesion here. But what follows the 5 is the 6 of Wands. So it's possible that you will overcome this miscommunication or these obstacles in a relationship. But what I'm seeing here is that the fire sign might have the last word, or the fire sign may want dominance over you or in this situation. Now, it could be ego as well, because I'm seeing with the 7 of Pentacles, you want something more grounded and you want something more established with the Queen of Pentacles, and you keep checking. You want something serious romantically. Can this person make you this offer? There's a lot of movement. I feel like they're a little bit unsettled actually. So for some, whilst I don't doubt that someone's coming in with genuine qualities and wants to help you, wants to assist you, wants things in balance, wants a relationship built on equality. For others, I feel like there's a lot of disruption. For those that are undergoing divorces, I feel like there's something to do. There's some sort of tension here with money, and money needs to be allocated fairly. I see that someone may be a little bit evasive as well, so not completely honest about the dividends they want to share or the property or something like this, because the Judgment card can bring contracts, especially around family and legalities and money, etc. So for those that are divorcing or going separate ways, or maybe moving away from a business partnership, this could be coming up here for you, Virgo. But look, with the 5 of Wands and the King of Wands, I feel like there's an unsettled energy, especially for those dealing with a fire sign. I feel like the fire sign is possibly trying to maybe even manipulate you in some sort of way here, Virgo. And it's not in an overly bad way. I feel like they're trying to make you see them in a different way to what they really are. And I guess that's sort of blinding you from the truth here, because, you're not really seeing this. And I think maybe you need to give this more time. Maybe you need to hold your cards close to your chest with the 4 of Pentacles. Maybe this is what's coming up. This is why you can't give away too much right now, maybe in the romantic sense, in the relationship sense. And for others, I feel like there's someone you're very into or someone you're very involved with and you can't let them go. And for some reason, you keep looking to fate to do something. It's almost like you want fate, or you want the gods or the universe to intervene on your behalf and make something happen. Whether it's you want to fasten this process, whatever it is that you're waiting for here romantically, because you're wanting to see something increase, you're wanting to see something be ripe and ready, and maybe the time is not now. Maybe there's still a few lessons that need to be learnt, as indicated by the Judgment card, which brings karma and knowledge and self-awareness. But I see that you're still looking to something here. Now, this could also be an air sign if you are dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but I feel like something about picking up the pieces. or they're looking back. So for some, if you have an air sign or you were dealing with an air sign, I feel like the air sign is coming back around, wanting closure, wanting to talk, maybe wanting another opportunity with you. And there's a reason why. Hear them out, Virgo. No harm in hearing them out and seeing what they're about. But again, it's to your discretion, because you'll know. You're a very good judge of character, and you know when someone's coming in with authentic, genuine love, purity and commitment, and you know when someone is coming in with falsity or pretense, or they're just bringing a whole lot of drama to your life that's unnecessary. I also feel like there's, whichever sign this is, I feel like there's a bit of tension or anger that you're dealing with someone here. So I'm not sure if something has happened over the holidays or perhaps last year, but it could be that something's happened and there's been a bit of imbalance, and now this needs to be restored. And there's someone that's holding a bit of resentment, and it doesn't have to be the fire sign, it can be any sign, but it's someone that's holding something against you here, Virgo. And you know, it's not sitting well with them, and it could be something from the past that they keep bringing up. And you know, this is only going to create more tension. And a part of you wants to feel like they've changed, and you keep hoping and praying that they've changed, or something about them, you know, their behavior has improved maybe, or the way they're communicating to you, or maybe what they're doing in their personal life. You know, their level of respect for you. It could be a multitude of things. However, I feel like you keep checking. And you want to believe, it's almost like you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. You want to believe they've changed or they've improved in some manner here, because the Judgment card has this element of hope. And, you know, for some of you, I feel like you'll just be really free. So for some, I feel like you actually may be walking away from someone here, maybe leaving them behind, and that's okay, because fate is going to send you someone else. Another cycle, another relationship, another opportunity looms ahead for you. So this isn't the end. And for some, you know, these obstacles you'll be able to work through, because as I said, the 6 of Wands follows the 5. So there is a possibility for improvement and to really establish yourself here. And I think for some that are dealing with families or blended families, stepchildren, or coming into a partnership where someone already has a child, I think there might be some sort of obstacles with the children. But then I think they will improve. But I think there will be improvements. You just need to hang in there, Virgo. Let's move on and have a look at your career and creative pursuits. I do see you working hard. I do see that you're waiting for some sort of acknowledgement, which I think you'll get on some level here at least, whether it's monetary or whether it's a verbal acknowledgement here. 7 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, the Devil, 9 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Okay. You're going to need to continue to fight, Virgo. I feel like it's you have to be your own supporter. You have to be the champion of your own work here. As much as I think you'll be acknowledged, and I do see another earth sign, and it could be a Capricorn that you're either collaborating with in business, or that is a superior to you that you're working with. I feel like there might be tension here, but I also feel it more benevolent energy to them than anything else. So not really manipulative. I feel like there's actually wonderful progress with an earth sign. I do. If you're dealing with a fire sign, I feel like there's some sort of ego involved in the workplace. And it could cause a lot of tension that you'll actually take home with you, Virgo. So make sure you cleanse yourself of that energy, because I feel like it's going to affect you both head and heart. And although you're ruled by logic, you're ruled by Mercury, I feel like it's something that's going to offend you in the workplace here. And again, this notion of seeing if something's changed, seeing what's improved, you keep checking. And, don't despair and don't doubt whatever this is that's going on around you in the workplace or in career. I feel like there's some resistance, or you're going to be held accountable for something here. It could be something good, it could be something bad, but the other cards indicate, the 7 of Wands with the 9 of Wands, 9 of Swords, 3 of Swords indicate that it could be something negative. So I think it's important you have that assertion. You've got that ability, as I said, you've got the proactiveness, you've got the initiative. No one can take you down now, Virgo. So whatever happens around you in the workplace, I feel like you've got momentum. But be careful, because the devil can sometimes bring gossip and negative situations. So don't get too involved with other people, because I feel like if this is exterior to you and there's two people fighting in the workplace, or there's two people that have conflicting interests, I feel like you'll somehow get involved. Someone is going to either tell you about this, there'll be a conversation that'll pop up, you might be a witness to something here. So just try to avoid it if you can. But, I feel like there could be some sort of tension here that happens within the workspace. And it could even be with a customer or a client. It could be someone that isn't pleased with the service that they receive or the product that they receive. And you'll have to do something to rectify the situation. But it's absolutely possible that you can, because you can see growth. Remember, you have the Seven of Pentacles. But I think it's like valued feedback. So whatever it is that you're receiving, I think it'll help you improve. And I think the only thing we can do from here, Virgo, is really take on this feedback and see how we can do better. And you're a very high achiever, which is good. But I am seeing for some of you that you're possibly thinking about leaving behind a job or picking up a second income stream. For those that, there's a lot of creativity around you with the Eight of Pentacles. So for those that are thinking about starting a creative pursuit on the side, I think this would be a good idea. I do see you juggling quite a few things at the one time, though. So make sure you've set out a schedule for yourself so you don't get overwhelmed and it isn't anything too mundane or too strenuous for you, because I see that it's going to be a very busy month, and especially because networking, relationships or acquaintances or networking opportunities will be plenty and could be quite complicated for you this month. So I think it's important that you don't overwhelm yourself, Virgo, because the cards are showing that this is possible, to have this sort of tension. I see that relationships or working relationships will be affected this month. And maybe it's a time where you just need to be in your own zone and just do your own thing and don't get involved with other people. If it's a project with someone you don't like working with, and you know that this person is going to be working on it, maybe it's not the best idea to put your hand up for it, Virgo. So there's certain things you can avoid. Of course, you can't avoid everything. Sometimes things just happen to us. It's out of our control. But I think all you can do is make the best out of the situation. But I am seeing that some of you will embark on some sort of journey, travels that may take you away from your family or friends, is what I'm seeing. And it's for a creative pursuit, or you've been told to travel for work or go and meet a certain client. And, it could be a difficult client. I'm not going to lie. The Devil card can be difficult. It could be someone that's very guarded, that isn't wanting to spend money, isn't wanting to open up on the deal, isn't wanting to pursue the deal, doesn't want to close the deal off. It could be with property, finance, investment, the stock market, whatever company you're working for, pharmacology even. But there's someone that's going to prove quite difficult. And I think as long as you nurture the relationship, which is the most important thing, nurture that client-business relationship, I think for the most thing you will see good changes, and you will see someone come full circle and come around, because the Queen of Pentacles is here, which is really, really good. So look, I think for the most part there is a lot of positivity here happening at work, but it's more so on relationships. Because like I said, there's resistance and there's someone being guarded and closed off. But that's okay, because the underlying energies that you have around you, the underlying theme proves otherwise, proves that you can prevail in a difficult situation, or you can overcome these obstacles, or turn someone around, change their mind completely and persuade them of something that you need to persuade them of for work or creative pursuits. So look, I will leave it at that, Virgo. I hope this has been insightful. Thank you so much